progression with the coaches and how they're coaching you regarding defense. You mentioned, I think, after the Rice game that Coach Elsie taking the lead on this sort of aspect or not?
Like for me per se, I guess you could say she's been on me more about defense than anybody. But I think, like I said, it's just me personally. But I think Holly has been, collectively as a team, Holly's been the main one pushing the issue.
What is Elsie's message to you? I mean, since she's new, what is her message to you about that aspect of your play?
She just reminds me all the time that defense comes first before offense. Don't let your offense dictate your defense, and let it be the opposite way around. And she just makes sure that she knows that I'm quick enough to get in the passing lane to get steals, so it gives me easy buckets to just get the ball and run down the court and get on a fast break. So,
do you think your mindset is different about that aspect this year than it has been in the past? And if so, what's the difference?
I mean, I feel like it's the same, but I feel like now, I feel like I can benefit a lot because we are playing, tougher teams, so I do need to get down and play defense a lot better than what I did before. But I think, I've actually learned a lot from the past years, and I know I need to get better, and I know that it's one more year, that I have left to be here, so just trying to do the best that I can to make sure every aspect of my game is to its highest peak.
How pleased was Holly and the rest of the coaching staff with 34 turnovers, limiting them to 20%? It kind of seemed hard for them to find something to brag about.
I think she was really pleased with it. She just reminded us, we just can't start off the way that we did. We have to come out strong and finish strong, and I think that's what we did. We finished strong, but we really didn't start off like we were supposed to.
Do you think part of that was the week between games, the reason for the slow start? And you had the quick break at Thanksgiving. Did that lead to some of that slow start?
I wouldn't try to make an excuse for it. We just have to just come out there and be ready, no matter if we have a break or not. We just have to be mentally ready because I know, at moments like that, you want to be home. Your mind is not on basketball. It's on other things like your family and eating and things like that. But when you step back here on campus, it has to be about your job and the things that you need to do out there on the floor.
Schedule's about to get a lot harder. You're about to start playing NCAA tournament teams. You've done this rodeo before. Mm-hmm. These young kids realize that it's not going to be as easy for them as it's been.
It's not going to be too much of a piece of cake, I guess you could say. It's going to be a lot more intense. These teams are going to really try to come out and whip our behind pretty much and make sure that it's just not we just can't wear Tennessee across our chest and expect to win. We have to go out there and give it our all in order to win. And I think, that's just one thing with us that are upperclassmen that we've been trying to do is encourage the younger girls and remind them, it's not going to get easier as the season goes on. It's just going to get more and more difficult. You're going to feel drained every once in a while, but you have to push through everything.
What did y'all see in Bashara during the preseason workouts that made y'all believe she could contribute the way she has already?
I would consider Bashara as a silent assassin. She's just one of those girls who doesn't speak as much, but she does put her best foot forward, and she gives her 100% every day, even whether it be with a workout with Heather, whether it be in the classroom, on the floor, off the floor. She's just an all-around person, and I think just her dedication to the program and her dedication to wanting to work hard made her stand out more than anything.
Are y'all surprised with the numbers she's put up thus far, or did you know this was what you're going to get?
For me, I expected her to come out and play the way that she's doing. And she, I always joke with her, I'm like, what, you're like another Glory. But, I mean, it's nothing to take offense to. It's a good thing because Glory did put her best foot forward. And she was just like that. And I think it's just, it just reminds you, you can be an All-American just as Glory Johnson was. And I think that's, the reason why she's starting to put up better numbers because she believes in herself and she knows that we need her out there on the floor.
Bashara talked a little bit about the conditioning and how much that advances in your little time here. And having watched enough Lady Ball practices, I've seen girls, holding over the trash cans and stuff, but you're never like that. How much has your conditioning grown, and how much of that is because of what you do on your own and what you came in like?
I think it's just both. I mean, what I do off the floor or, outside of, just being here, I mean, it's just making sure I'm eating right and, running as much as I can. Because even when I go home, I'm always running at least 2 or 3 miles a day and making sure that, I keep my cardio up. But it's not even a matter of how I come in. It's just about, what am I going to do while I'm here in order to get my conditioning back up. And the conditioning has been amazing. It's been really, really rough, especially early in the preseason. But I knew Heather, was pushing me and trying to test me to see how well, my conditioning was going to be by the time the season got here. So I think it's gotten way better than what it was. I mean, I was one of those people that was kind of bending over, but I wasn't over a trash can. I was just, bending over because I was always tired. But now it's kind of like come a little bit easier to me.
So you do get tired. Where's your breaking point?
I do get tired, like when I'm, constantly like running back and forth, and then I'm stopping. I'm like, okay, and then I gotta go again. It's kind of like that where I'm at. Like that's my biggest breaking point, is like keeping like going and running transition and stealing the ball and passing and things like that. And that's pretty much my biggest breaking point.
You said you ran when you went home. Did you do that in the Texas heat, or did you find a nice treadmill inside?
No, over fall break, I ran in the heat. I ran with my brother in the heat, and we run. There's a certain way that we run while I'm at home, so it's got to be about 2 or 3 miles, and I always run that at least once or twice every day.
Would you ever consider a half marathon or a marathon?
No, definitely not. I'm not a long distance person. I'm a short distance. I'd rather be like a Lolo Jones being in a 100-meter hurdles or 200-meter hurdles or something like that.